What is up, guys? Nick here with Chain Hand Gaming. I want to talk to you today about Skyweaver and some of the updates they got going on. So they got the open beta live. They got an OpenSea partnership that they just announced. They're going to get their sequence wallets to work on OpenSea. They announced tournaments and they gave away a bunch of gems. We're going to cover all that stuff in this video. And at the end of the video, I'm going to do some price speculation on what the gold cards could get to based on what another card game on the blockchain has done called Splinterlands. So we'll get into all that. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so Skyweaver recently announced their partnership with OpenSea, and then they did a card drop. You could mint these 3 cards on OpenSea yesterday at 2 p.m. Eastern for 1 Ethereum. I just looked a little bit ago and the floor on these 3 is already at 0.7, so they went up pretty quick. Now it's really interesting what they're doing with this drop, because they only dropped 20 of each of those cards, which I think ended up being around $20,000 for all of the sales of their community gold cards, which doesn't seem like very much. But I think there's some sort of fee when you resell those. I think it's 5% or something like that. That's pretty common in these marketplaces. And that, it says right here, sales and royalty fees generated from these cards will go towards community initiatives plus tournaments. That's a low-key leak right there for Skyweaver and perpetuity. So buying and selling these cards directly rewards the Skyweaver community. And so they raised that around 20,000 to initiate some tournaments and some different things that they haven't announced yet. But that's super big news, because now we can speculate on what the tournaments are going to be like. And I'm honestly going to do that based on some other card games that are out there, because I don't see why they wouldn't have a category for like the gold and silver, for example, something simple like that. So these community gold cards, there's only 20 available of each to mint, and they gave away some to the preseason 0, the top 500 I believe it was, and there is going to be something like there's some of these call to action ones left that they say down here that they're going to use in the future. I think they say it right here. If you guys want to read any of this stuff on your own, you can see, I'll leave the link, skyweaver.net and play.skyweaver.net, and you can see a lot of good information on their regular website here. But so that's about what's going on with the OpenSea partnership. Now another thing that they're doing is Skyweaver has their own wallets, which is a really great thing. They're on the Polygon platform, and they're working with OpenSea to integrate their wallets. So right now, if you wanted to sell your cards on OpenSea, you would have to transfer them to another custodial wallet like MetaMask or Trust Wallet or something like that, and then put them on OpenSea on the Polygon network. But when the sequence wallet is integrated in, then you'll be able to do it directly from your sequence wallet, and you won't have to transfer anything. So that's really good news. They're working on some good partnerships. And so real quick, I wanted to go over the gem drop that they did recently. Basically, if you were one of the first players, you got a jade crystal. They dropped the amethyst to their team of 43 horizon staff. Each got 2 amethysts. The very OG players got the jade. I got a jasper. I started playing in June last year, and I got a jasper one. So I think to get the jade, it had to be well, definitely before June of last year, but I think it was more like February or something, like a year ago. If you played before like a year ago, you would have got one of those. And then everybody that got a gem got 2 of these topaz gems. And the only thing that these things do right now is change the color of your name in game. And so like the amethyst one is purple, the jasper is like an orange color, the jade is green, and it just is kind of like a little status thing. So right now you can't even sell these gems, but in the future I think you might be able to. I'm actually thinking about doing a little giveaway for my 2 topaz gems I got, because I like my jasper one and I don't really have a use for them. I don't really think they're going to be worth a lot of money like the topaz ones anyway. You can see how many of them there are. But I know if I was going to start playing a game and I could have a topaz colored name instead of a regular one for like a couple of dollars, I might get that, you know. It's a cool little feature they did. Something cool to reward the people that were in the private beta, you know. So moving on. So let's get into some price speculation. I do want to say that it is going to depend a lot upon what the team decides to do going forward, and how they create value out of these cards. So far, there's silver and gold cards, and then there's base cards, and the silver and gold are right now just for looks. But with the release of the community gold cards yesterday, you can see here, let's go over to the gold ones. Well, look at, so the highest cost silver ones are not that much right now. You can click here and you can look at the most common decks played, and if you wanted to buy the whole deck, you could buy a whole deck that's probably pretty decent for, you know, $35 or something. So, but anyway, let's look at the price of these gold cards. High to low here, we have $443 for the top one, and I think the bottom's around $20, somewhere like that. But so it's interesting because just a few days ago the top was like $180, and then a few days before that it seems like it was even lower. So these cards are gaining worth pretty quickly. Maybe that was just a spike from the community gold card drop, but who knows. If you look at Splinterlands and what Splinterlands has done with their tournaments, you know, they also have coins to give out, and so it's different. And they also allow community members to run tournaments on here, and so they have done a couple of cool things. And right now they don't have any gold tournaments up, but they have cards that you just need gold cards, and usually the prizes are a lot better than if you have just regular cards. And then you can see here they have different leagues. You have to be in a diamond league to be in some of these tournaments, and usually those ones pay out more. Right now it doesn't look like they got much going on, but what's possible is really unlimited with what Skyweaver is doing. So I'm really excited to see. Let's go back and look at what the cost of some of these cards are here on Splinterlands, just to give you guys an idea. We're going to go to the gold legendaries. No, not my cards. The market cards. Gold legendaries. You can see here these ridiculous prices, and they barely have any in circulation. It's really hard to grab one of these, and a lot of people just don't want to sell them, so they put them up for ridiculous prices. But some of these prices aren't a joke. Like $5,000, that's not a joke. $588,000 is a joke. He's not really trying to sell that, but he obviously doesn't play it, or he wouldn't have it up for sale like that. So it's really crazy. You know, if we scroll down, we can see there's only 100 of these, but it's going for $5,000. You know, this is a summoner, and he's one of the good summoners. Now, one of the things about Splinterlands is you can get a couple of these really good cards. You get a couple of good summoners, and then a couple of good cards to go with them, and people just run bots. And so that's something that really discouraged me from Splinterlands. Is I don't like playing against bots, and especially when all they do is rent some of these best cards and then throw it on autopilot. That's and I just end up losing a lot, and then I have to rent good cards or I'm not gonna win. So I didn't really like that. And you don't see that system going on here in Skyweaver. Basically anybody can get silver cards. Silver cards will always be able to be minted. And I really like the system they got going on. Like I said before, I'm excited to see where they go with it. But with tournaments coming up, I have no doubt, of course this isn't financial advice, but I have no doubt that these cards are going to skyrocket in price. You know, you can see here, you could buy this one for $24, And I mean, you saw the prices on the Splinterlands cards. I mean, some of them are 5,000. So it's the amount of growth that's possible here is really insane. And of course, it's all speculation. I don't know what they're going to do. If you guys want to read up more, get more details on some of the things I mentioned today, just come to their website here, and on the regular play page, you can scroll down and it will have all these updates right here: community crystals, OpenSea, their last patch, the open beta. So you can read about all that, and it tells you how to win gold cards playing Conquest here. Basically, you get tickets which cost 1.5 USDC, or you can trade a silver card for a ticket, and then you have to win 3 matches in a row. And if you do, you'll end up with a gold card and a silver card. 2 wins gets you 2 silver cards, 1 win gets you 1 silver. So basically, as long as you can win 1 match in the Conquest line of 3 matches, then you'll win your 1.5 USDC back. So I kind of like the way they did that. They've come up with this game without having to have any coins, and that's pretty cool. Because, I mean, you can still own your assets, and these can still be worth a lot of money. Look at this level 1 guy. You could buy him for 30 bucks. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think about the game in the comments. And like I said before, I'm going to be giving away some of those topaz crystals here in the next few weeks. And I'd like to give them away to people that don't have any crystals already, because if they do, then they have some topaz crystals. So, like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and I will catch you guys on the next one.